Okay, this is explanation number 2 for the project. And over here, basically, this is a little different from the first one. This instead is a select statement that is going to return a number that's going to represent the number of rows after comparing certain text lengths in different columns. So this is different from the first one because in the first one, at the end, our output still showed all of the rows with the descriptions, short and long, basically still allowing you to read the data. However, for this, it's just going to be a number that matches up to the criteria that you are looking for. Okay, so as you can see, in bold is again our select statement for this specific question. Again, select count will tell us how many rows match the condition. From ICD data tells us that we are retrieving data from the ICD data table. And finally, the where length. We are looking specifically for the length where the short description is longer than the long description. Basically, we're comparing lengths. So, yeah, it filters the rows where the short description is longer than the long description. The greater sign operator basically explains that. Okay, so purpose of the select statement. Again, this helps us identify cases where the short description is longer than the long description. It helps this select statement in particular can help because it helps with quality control because it flags any sort of incorrect format based on the description that we are given. In general, the short description should not be longer than the long description, and this is a good way of filtering out those mistakes. It can improve the reporting accuracy by ensuring the structured data, and it can be used for medical databases, healthcare analytics, as well as data validation. Okay, so this was our expected outcome. This was actually the outcome from when this was ran on Oracle SQL Developer. So again, as I mentioned before, the output is supposed to return a single number that represents the count of rows where the short description is longer than the long description. Technically, if this data were formatted correctly, you would have ideally gotten a result of 0. However, in this case, our outcome for ICD data was 32, meaning that there were 32 rows in which the short description was longer than the long description column. So, since this number was greater than 0, this indicates that there are some possible data inconsistencies. Now, again, this SQL statement is such a useful tool when trying to identify any sort of data inconsistencies in a structured way. By counting and giving a specific count of the cases where the short descriptions are longer than the long descriptions. This can help us further by having us improve the data quality and ensure accurate reporting in the future, looking for any mistakes that there might be in the table, any mistakes that we might have made, and in this way it also maintains database integrity. And yeah, that was my PowerPoint for the second PowerPoint for Project 2.